Hello YouTube, this is Magnolia Mo and you are watching my channel where we discuss everything audio, video, and music. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe, and thank you to all of my subscribers for actually hanging in there with me as I continue to work on growing this channel. All right, so why am I making this video and why am I talking to you guys today? As you know, there are a bunch of new products out there from from Marantz, from Denon, from other manufacturers as well. And I've basically had my 8805 processor, I want to say for maybe a year now, and now they have the AV10. And I've been contemplating if I should make the jump to the AV10. I'm happy with the 8805 A, and before the 8805, I had the 88. A before I had the regular 8805. Before that, I had the 8802A, and before that, I had the 8802. So I've had a Marantz processor for quite a bit of time, and I I love Marantz products. I love the sound on the 8805A, specifically when it comes to movies. It's got your Dolby Atmos, DTS X Pro, or Oro 3D. It's got unbalanced, imbalanced analog inputs. So for my purposes, it does the job. It's again, I have no complaints, right, of that processor. It's just that the AV10, it just looks like a beast to me. Right? I have to say that it is bigger than the 8805A, and it is a 15 channel amp. Okay, it's a pure 15 channel amp. With the 8805, it says it's a 13 channel amp. So you have to pick between your, if I have 0.6, so I have six Atmos slash DTSX slash Aura 3D speakers installed. And then I recently experimented with the wides. I cannot run the wides with the six height speakers that I have. So right there is the reason why I am doing this video. Is it's making me wonder if I should upgrade to the AV10. And then obviously I know it is bigger. It is bigger than the 8805. So I'm going to go over the specs, and hopefully as I'm going through the specs, I'm able to talk myself in or out of this upgrade. But it is a sad day, right, when you've only had a processor for just a year, and now you're already thinking about upgrading. I mean, such is the life, right, of us audio video enthusiasts. I mean, when something new comes on the market, you want to get your hands on it, you want to try it out for yourself, and then you want to tell people about it, right? So when I was in retail, it was easy. I would try out all these products, as I was trying to sell to customers. I'd do some go to workshops and things like that. Now that I'm not in retail, it is a little tough to obviously get my hands on new products, because I don't have the relationships with vendors yet. And I look forward to the day when I have the relationships where I can actually get these products in my home and test them out for myself. Okay, so let's get on with this. Let's go over some of the specs of the AV10 and how it compares to the 8805. And along the way, maybe not. We'll see how it pans out, okay? All right, so here are a few pictures from Marantz's website. Look at that. This thing is beautiful. What I love about the back panel is that it's beautifully laid out. All your XLRs and your analog pre-outs are together, compared to the 8805, which had a separate section for the analog pre-outs. You have your XLR analog audio inputs. What's missing is the multi-channel input, which the 8805 has for SACD players. So that's a negative here, in my opinion. All of the HDMIs are 8K 2.1, compared to 8805, which only has one. All of your HDMI outputs are 8K as well. And the remote, which I didn't have a picture of, so I took it from their manual, looks pretty hefty. And here's the back panel again with all of your inputs. and outputs. So once again, I mean, the back panel is very simple in my opinion. I mean, because they got rid of the multi-channel inputs, and they moved all of your pre-outs, by the XLRs. It actually simplified the back panel quite a bit, in my opinion. So here's my 8805A right here. Sits on a salamander rack. Uh, Excuse the wires. I promise I am going to clean the wires up. You see this other wire going on over to my wide that I was experimenting with recently. I am going to clean all of that up. But the main thing is the wires, and I've been talking about it for a while, and I think it's time to get a salamander in here so that I can clean up, all of this mess over here. But the main issue that I might run into would be the fact that the AV10 is much bigger than the 8805A. So if I put it on the same rack, it's gonna most likely get very close to the TV back there, and I don't know how that's gonna look. So I am gonna most likely get rid of this rack and just put a nice salamander TV stand in here so that I can hide. Also, clean up the wires in that process that you see back there. But the 8805, I mean, has been great for me. It does everything that I am looking for, and you can see I'm pretty much using every single input on here and output on here, every single, pretty much most of them, um, on the 8805. So I am excited, about the thought of putting the AV10 in here, and let's see how things pan out. But I am very interested in knowing, getting feedback from you guys as well. All right. So what do I think, right? For my purposes, given that I have only one 8K source, or I just have a PS5, I don't have an 8K TV. So I think the 8K inputs don't matter as much to me. But what does matter to me are the four subwoofer outputs, right? Independent subwoofer outputs, which means that the bass in my room can get a lot better than what it is now. It's very good now, but it can get a lot better, which would mean that I have to buy more subwoofers, of course. But be that it may. Then the other thing is, which I didn't cover in, as I was going through the back panel and some of the specifications, is it is DRAC live upgradable, right? So that, I think, is a game changer, because to date, none of the Denon and Marantz products have used DRAC live. Okay, so this is the first, and I'm very curious as to what DRAC live can do, in my room from a calibration perspective. I'm all about calibration. So that, coupled with the four subwoofer outputs, and obviously the 8K inputs, all across the board, is a plus. But the 8K, to me, it doesn't matter right now because I have an OLED. It's a 4K TV, right? But the GUI also. So three things: the subwoofer, four subwoofers, DRAC live, and then the GUI. The GUI, on-screen GUI, is also a nice to have. You know that it requires a lot of processing power. So I applaud Marantz for putting that in, and Denon for putting that in their products, right? So and the remote also looks much better. The 8805A remote has a very narrow window, right? As far as the IR is concerned, it gets a little annoying sometimes. I do use my Harmony Elite, but in certain cases, I want to use a remote, and it doesn't really, kind of, you have to be like within a certain angle to actually catch or get that remote to work correctly. So the remote control is better. The four subwoofer outputs, DRAC live, upgradability, and just the fact that it looks beautiful, right? The back panel is very simplified. I think these are all major pluses, and deserving of that $7,000 price tag on this particular processor. So I am very interested in your thoughts. What do you like? If you do, you guys has anyone already bought it? Has anyone tested it? Have they seen it? What are your thoughts? Should I be upgrading? Right? Should I be upgrading? Should I wait? Um, those are the things that are going through my mind. I mean, 8805 again, it does everything that I want it to do. From a processing perspective, what is very enticing about the AV10 are the things that I just listed earlier. Right, those are all legitimate upgrades that, in my as far as I know, will benefit my overall home theater experience. So let me know. Leave some comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. Should I? Should I not? If you already have made the jump, what do you think about this processor? And we'll go from there. All right. Thank you. I'll see you guys in the next one.